can go directly with the Friedel integral equation by using non. Okay, and that we have seen in the second chapter. Second part that we have seen. First one is a Friedel integral equation with a homogeneous condition. It is f of x is 0, and in the second case we have seen for f of x not equal to. That was easy, but if the question is like this, solve by using Hilbert-Smith theorem, then you have to use this one. Okay. Now let us solve one more example. What a Hilbert-Smith theorem. Okay. Write with me because we need at least one lecture to complete this. Right. So using Hilbert-Smith theorem, find the solution of symmetric integral equation. Using Hilbert-Smith theorem, find the solution of symmetric integral equation. Okay. Now let us write down y of x is equals to x square plus 1 plus 3 by 2 integration minus 1 to 1 xt plus x square t square y of t dt. Okay. Now as we can see here, what is the value of a lambda provided to us is 3 by 2. In the last example, we were provided the value of a lambda is 1 and the function f of x was 1 plus x bracket square. Okay. And what was our function inside our integration, that is kernel. What is the value of a kernel we are provided is the value of a kernel was same. Okay, and the integration is also within the limit. So what is changed with the last example is our f of x is changed and the value for lambda, that is lambda is changed. Okay, so if I think in a such a way that if I want to reduce my work, what I will do, what is the method for solving the Hilbert-Smith theorem? First we will go to solve our homogeneous equation. Okay, what is a homogeneous equation? Lambda integration minus 1 to 1 xt plus x square t square y of t dt. This example we have already solved, or this one we have already solved, and we have found the values of phi 1 and phi 2. Right? हेच सॉल्व केलं होतं ना लास्ट एक्झाम्पल मध्ये
Yes, ma'am.
considering f of x to be 0. So in this way we can say in this example also we'll get the same values of phi 1 and phi 2. Okay, where will be change if you are going to find out the value of f1 and f2, at that time there will be a function f of x will be involving in f1 and f2, and hence we will have the some different values of f1 and f2. They are not exactly same as the last example. Okay, so we can reduce the work, or you can say that this equation we have solved already in the last example, and hence we get the same value for phi 1 and phi 2. Okay, so before going to that, can anyone tell me whether this is a symmetric kernel? Because no doubt in the question it is written that it is a symmetric kernel. How you are going to verify whether it is a symmetric kernel? We have to see that k of xt should be exactly
Yes, it is, ma'am.
k of tx. Okay, how to check k of xt is equals to k of tx? Wherever you are having x, you have to put it as t. Wherever you have t, put it as x. So no doubt you will get the same one. This will be tx and t square x square. Right? So in this way we get the value of k of xt is equals to k of tx. Okay. Now let me write down that the functions phi1, phi2 we have already calculated in the last example. So for that, let me write down the value of f1 of x is equals to integration minus 1 to 1 f of x into phi1 of x dx. Okay. What is the value of f of x in this example is 1 plus x square. And a value of our function phi1 of x is under root 3 by 2 into x. बरोबर ना? Have you checked out it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So phi1 is root 3 by 2 into x dx. Okay. Now simply we have to take root 3 by 2 outside. and we have to evaluate the integration. Minus 1 to 1. We have to multiply this x inside and we get the, okay, let me find out the integration directly. Okay, x in x plus x cube it will be. So integration of x will be x square by 2. Integration of x cube will be x raised to 4 upon 4 within the limit minus 1 to 1. Okay. So now here we can have root 3 by 2, and what will be the value of x square by 2? If I put up the limits, it will be 0. Plus what will be the value of x raised to 4 after putting the limits? As it is even, 1 minus 1 will be 0, na? Okay, so in this way we get the value of f1 is 0 for this example. Similarly, we have to work for a f2. While finding the value of f2, we need the function phi2 that we have evaluated in the last lecture. What was the value for phi2 we have calculated? Can anyone tell me?
Is root 5 by 2 into x square.
Root 5 by 2 x square. Okay. So now again we have to evaluate the integration, this root 5 by 2 outside. Now let me find out the integration directly. Integration of x square plus x raised to 4. Integration of x square will be x cubed by 3. Integration of x raised to 4 is x raised to 5 upon 5 within the limit minus 1 to 1. Okay, this is what root 5 by 2. Now here if I put up the limit, it will be 1 minus 1 will be 2 by 3. Plus as it is x raised to 5, again it will be 2 by 5. So resultant we can have it is nothing but this is 15. You can take 2 common also. So this will be 8 by 15 and
16 by 15, ma'am.
this 2 if I take outside, it will be 8 by 15 and this root 5 by 2 as it is. So we can write it as 16 by 15 under root 5 by 2. So this is what the value of f2 we have calculated. Okay. Now what we have to do, now we have to go for the solution. That means we have to discuss the cases. What will happen? F of x is y of x is equals to f of x plus lambda summation over n runs for 1, 2 because we get the two eigenvalues. Now, initially we have already got the eigenvalues in the last lecture 3 by 2 and 5 by 2, right? Now we have to work for them only, right? So what is the value of here, this Rm of x, R of xt lambda is Fm into phi m of x divided by lambda m minus lambda. Okay. But here in this case, what we can say is lambda is equal to lambda 1, right? What is the value of a lambda 1 we have? It is 3 by 2. What is the value of a lambda 2 is 5 by 2. That we have taken already in the last lecture. If you don't remember, please go back and you can check what are the values of a lambda. Here in this case, what is the value of a lambda we are provided in the equation itself? The value of a lambda provided is 3 by 2. So now in this case, we come to the case of lambda equal to lambda m. If lambda equal to lambda m, what will be the case? 1 upon 0, that is infinity. But this is only true for first one. But here we can say that lambda is not equal to lambda 2. So in this case, we'll go for the infinitely many solution. Okay. So we can write here lambda is equal to lambda 1 and hence we get a infinitely many solution, and that I can write it in the form of let me write down the value of f of x is 1 plus x square plus root of 3 by 2 as it is into x into some constant a we write. For different values of a we get a different solution. Next let us evaluate in detail so that you can understand. Let me write down the value of f of x is 1 plus x square plus lambda, value of lambda is 3 by 2 Okay, let me run the summation. Fm means first I will write down for f1 phi1 divided by lambda1 minus lambda, plus next term is f2 phi2 divided by lambda2 minus lambda. Okay. So y of x is equals to 1 plus x square plus 3 by 2. Value of f1 we have got already as a 0. So there is no effect right here. Lambda is equal to lambda 1, but at that time f1 is 0. So there is no effect, right? If f1 is 0 and lambda is equal to lambda 1, since this term equal to 0. What is the value of f2 we have calculated just now is 16 by 15 into root 5 by 2. Into value of phi 2 we have is root 5 by 2 into x square. Okay, which is divided by lambda 2 minus lambda. What is the value of lambda 2? It is 5 by 2 minus lambda is 3 by 2. Y of x is equals to 1 plus x square plus 3 by 2. Right? So this, if I am going to multiply, it will be this is 3 by 2.
4 by 3 x square.
Right, it is 5 by 2 and here x square. What will be 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2? That will be nothing but simply 1, no? 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2. It will be 2 by 2 divided by 2, no? It will be 1. Okay, finally we get
It is 1 plus 3 x square.
1 plus x square plus 4x square, no? Correct?
Yes,
So we have 1 plus 5x square. Okay. So in this way we get the solution. Okay. Now let us go for the one more example by using Hilbert-Smith theorem. Y of x is equals to 1 plus lambda integration 0 to pi cos of x plus e y of t dt. Okay. So what we will do, as f of x is not equal to 0, first we'll find out the solution for our homogeneous equation, integration 0 to pi cos of x plus t y of t dt. Okay. Now let us use the formula for cos of a plus b. What is the formula for cos of a plus b? Hmm.
Cos A cos B minus sin A sin.
Sin x sin t y of t dt. Okay, what is the next step? We have to put the terms of x outside. Lambda cos x integration 0 to pi cos t y of t dt minus lambda in sin x integration 0 to pi sin t y of t dt. This is what c1 minus lambda sin x c2. This is what your equation 2, and the given equation we can say this is our equation number 1. The next example, that is third example we are solving. So now what is the next step? We have to now find out the values of c1 by using y of t. Integration 0 to pi cos t y of t is nothing but lambda cos of t c1 minus lambda sin t c2 dt. Okay. So value of C1 we can evaluate by using lambda C1 outside integration 0 to pi. This cos square t I can write it as 1 plus cos of 2t divided by 2 so that we can find out the value of integration. Minus lambda C2 integration 0 to pi cos t into sin t, that will be sine of 2t dt. Lambda C1 divided by 2, integration of 1 is t, integration of cos is sine 2t divided by 2 minus lambda C2 divided by 2, integration of sine is plus cos of 2t divided by 2 within the limit 0 to. Okay, so here we get C1 lambda C1 by 2. This is pi plus. And now you can say what is the value of sine 2 pi sine n pi? It will be 0. Sine 0 is again 0. So we get here pi plus 0 plus lambda C2 upon 2 cos of 2 pi. What is the value of cos 2 pi?
It is 1.
1 minus this 2 also we can take outside. Again cos of 0 it is also 1. So this term whole it will be 0. So if I take C1 outside from this, it will be 1 minus lambda pi upon 2 equal to 0. This is what our equation A that we have to solve. So here if you go for the cases C1 not equal to 0, if C1 is not equal to 0, then what will be the value of a lambda? It will be 2 upon pi. Barabar? And if we assume C1 equal to 0, then we get the 1 minus lambda pi by 2 is not equal to 0. Similarly, now we have to solve our second equation, that is C2. So what is the value of a C2 we have is equation 2, integration 0 to pi sin t y of t dt. Integration 0 to pi sin t y of t dt, which is equal to integration 0 to pi sin t. Value of y of t we have is lambda cos x c1 minus lambda sin x c2. Lambda c1 if it is outside. Now we have to write this in terms of t. So sin t into cos t, let me multiply and divide by 2. So it will be nothing but sine of minus lambda c2 outside sin square t we can write in the form of 1 minus cos of 2t divided by 2 dt. Lambda c1 by 2, what is the integration of sine? It is with minus sign. Cos of 2t upon 2 minus lambda c2 by 2. What is the integration of 1 is t minus integration of cos is sine 2t upon 2 within the limit 0 to pi.
Is upon 4, ma'am.
It is 4.
No, it's right.
Because 2 we have already taken common, na? 1 by 2. Minus lambda c1 by 4 cos of 2 pi. What is the value of cos 2 pi?
But ma'am, there instead of t, it should be 2t.
Where?
Ma'am, integration of 1 is only t, not t upon 2. No, ma'am, it's right. Correct. I got it.
Where you are saying? It is for common, na? Sine
Yes,
square.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So this cos of 2 pi minus cos 0 minus lambda c2 by 2 integration of t is pi minus, no doubt whatever you calculate sin pi sin 0, it is 0. The first term is 0, we get this only second term minus lambda c2 by 2 into pi, and here the value is c2. Okay, if you take c2 outside, it will be nothing but 1 plus lambda pi by 2, which is equal to 0. This we can name it as some equation b, and hence we can have c2 equal to 0 or c2 not equal to 0. If c2 is not equal to 0, we get the value of lambda is minus 2 upon pi. In this way, again we get the two values for two eigenvalues. Lambda 1 is 2 upon pi and lambda 2 is minus 2 upon pi. Correct? Again, we have to work for equations A and B. That means first we have to put up the value of a lambda 1 in equation A and B simultaneously. Then we get some values of C1 and C2. And similarly, we have to put this value of lambda 2 in equation A and B. And again, we get the some values of C1 and C2. And correspondingly, we get the values of Y1 and Y2. Okay? Try to solve this and tell me the values. Have you got the same values of C1 and C2? C2 is 0, C1 is non-zero. Some arbitrary number. Similarly, you have to work for lambda 2 in our equations A and B. Tell me the values of C1 and C2. Here if you get C2 is 0, obviously the after putting the lambda 2, you will get C2 is non-zero and C1 is 0.
Ma'am, I want to recheck the question. Please show it.
Have you done with the values?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after putting the value of a lambda 1, we get the value of y1 is equals to. What is the value for y1 we can have? Equation 2. That is after putting the value of a lambda 1. That will be y1 is equals to lambda 1 cos x c1 minus lambda sin x c2. But in case of lambda 1, we get the value of a c2 is 0. So we get it as y1 is equal to C arbitrary constant C1 into lambda. Value for lambda we have got is
2 upon pi.
2 upon pi. Correct. Just 2 upon pi into cos x.
Cos x.
So this value we can substitute as 1 and we get value of pi 1 as simply cos x. Because since C1 is an arbitrary constant, we can give any value. Similarly for y2, that means corresponding to lambda 2, we get the y2 is equals to, at that time, no doubt C1 will be 0, so we get the value of y2 is simply sin x. No doubt after, you get some constant and all, and then we can evaluate and we get the value for y2 as a simply sin x. Okay? Have you completed up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
If yes, let me go for the next point. That means we have to go for finding the value for phi 1 and phi 2. Okay, let us find out the value for phi 1 is nothing but y1 upon norm of y1, which is equals to y1 upon square root of integration minus 1 to 1 y1 square dx is equal to, value for y1 is nothing but cos x divided by square root of integration minus 1 to 1 cos square x dx. Okay, so cos x under root of integration of cos square x we have to evaluate. That will be nothing but 1 plus cos of 2x divided by 2 integration minus 1 to 1 dx, which is equal to cos x square root of, again we have to, let me evaluate here in short, integration of 1 plus cos of 2x upon 2. Okay. This 1 by 2 outside, integration of 1 is x within the limit 1 to minus 1. 1 minus 1 will be plus 1, that will be 2 simply. Okay. Plus, what is the next term? Integration of cos is sine 2x upon 2 within the limit minus 1 to 1. Sorry, what are the limits for this?
Ma'am, 0 to pi are limits.
Okay, sorry, here it should be 0 to pi. So what will be the value here? It is pi, na? 0 to pi. Again, this term will be 0. So simply we get the value is pi by 2, under root pi by 2. So we get a value of phi 1 is under root 2 upon pi into cos x. Similarly, we can find out the value for phi 2 also. And then we have to find out f1 and f2. Okay. Let me find out the value for phi 2 is equals to sin x upon square root of integration sin square x dx. Integration is within the limit 0 to pi. So finally, let me write down the value directly. The value of integration we get it is again as root pi by 2. So we can get the value of pi 2 as root 2 upon pi sin x. Okay, let me evaluate for you people. Integration 0 to pi sin square will be 1 minus cos of 2x upon 2. So this 1 by 2 outside, integration 0 to pi. What is the integration 0? Sorry, integration of 1 is pi minus integration of cos is sin 2x upon 2, which is within the limit 0 to pi. So this will be simply pi, and here outside is 1 by 2 minus. Again, you can get sin n pi 0, sin 2 pi 0 minus sin 0 0. So again, you get the value is pi by 2 that I have written here. So phi 1, pi 2 we have calculated. Now we remains to find out the value of f1 and f2. So f1 is equal to integration 0 to pi 1, because value of f of x is 1 in our original equation. F of x into phi 1 of x dx is equals to integration 0 to pi, value of phi 1 of x is under root 2 by pi cos x dx, okay, which is equal to under root 2 by pi integration of cos is sin x within the limit 0 to pi. No doubt again it will be 0. f1 we got it as 0. Let us go to find out the value for f2. 0 enana sin pi minus sin 0. Sin n pi is 0 minus sin 0 is again 0. Let us evaluate f2 is equals to integration 0 to pi. F of x is 1 under root 2 upon pi sin x dx, which is equal to under root 2 upon pi. Integration of sin is minus cos x within the limit 0 to pi. So minus root 2 upon pi cos pi minus cos 0. Okay. Minus root 2 upon pi. Value of cos pi is
minus 1.
minus 1. It will be minus become plus. So it will be 2 again root 2 upon pi. And hence we get the value of f2. Now we can write the final solution. That is equals to y of x is equal to f of x is 1 plus summation over n runs from 1 to 2, because we get only 2 eigenvalues. So fm into phi m divided by lambda m minus lambda, which is equal to 1 plus value for lambda we have is I think no लॅम्बडाची व्हॅल्यू दिलेत का इक्वेशन मध्ये?
No, ma'am.
Simply it is lambda now, so we have to keep it as it is. Let us keep lambda as it is. The first term will be 0 since f1 is 0. We have calculated the value of f1, that is 0. So first term will be 0. Let me write down the second term directly. The value of f2 we have calculated is 2 root 2 upon pi. The value of phi 2 we have calculated is root 2 by pi sin x divided by lambda m minus lambda. That is nothing but second value is minus 2 by pi minus lambda, and hence we get the result. You can multiply this. This will be 4 upon pi into sin x and divided by this term. Okay. So whenever you are having f1 is 0, you will get infinitely many solution for different values of lambda. We get the different solution. Okay. Many examples you can solve. Rather, I have given you assignment. You can go for the assignment, solve the examples in the assignment. The three examples of this Hilbert-Smith theorem I have solved. Okay. Let me give for a homework. Write this example for homework. Phi of x is equal to f of x plus lambda integration a to b k of x into k of t. It is not k of x t, it is k of x into k of t. It is symmetric kernel, which is the sum function of k of x and t. So what is your k of x t? Kernel k of x t is k of x into k of t. Some function in x, some function in t. So what will be k of tx? It is again same. Okay, so here we can say that it is symmetric kernel. We have to solve it by Hilbert-Smith theorem. Okay, no doubt you are not knowing f of x, k of t, but still you have to find out. Still you don't know what is limits of integration a and b. Okay, try to solve at home, and if you are able to solve, you have to tell me the answer. What are the cases? Because now we have to discuss the all cases because we don't know what is a b, what is f of x, so we can't predict what is f1, what is f2. If f1 is 0, you can predict what is the solution and all. So you have to discuss all the three cases for this example. Okay, getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Try to solve this one. Actually, we were discussing about the latex, no? Some due to the time limit we haven't completed. Let me complete that because you have to do it for your project. अगर आप प्रोजेक्ट उसमें करोगे तो बहुत इजी होगा. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever you are able to see here, the symbol is for text studio, and this in this software we are going to write the syntax, and then we are going to run there. Actually, we need a basic mictex for running the program. So whenever you want to work in a LaTeX, you have to first install Text Studio by seeing the configuration of your um, laptop or PC. वहाँ पे no doubt it is also working on mobile phone. I also don't know how it works on mobile phone. I haven't tried it. So up to now I was knowing that it can be worked on a laptop or PC itself. So you have to download Text Studio as well as a basic mictex for this one, and basic mictex. After downloading all those, you have to run it. After running, it will ask the permission you have to allow, and then you will get this type of a symbol text studio. You can put it in your taskbar so that we can access this very easily. Okay. Now let me show you how to download and from where you can get. So you can search for Tech Studio. So here you can have Tech Studio, and it is nothing but latex editor. Why it is called latex editor? Here we are going to have a programming language, just like our programming language. Um, Actually, there are two versions. You can download it for depending on your configuration of PC. It is either 64-bit or 32-bit. You can download depending on your PC configuration. आप PC पे चेक कर सकते हो कि आपका PC और आपका लैपटॉप पे 32-bit है या 64. Depending on that, you have to download Tech Studio for either 32-bit or you can. Okay, let me show you Tech Studio download.
And what about mobile phones?
I will tell later on, but still अगर आपको मोबाइल फोन पे करना है तो टाइपिंग का बहुत प्रॉब्लम होगा, because if you want to do a project on a mobile phone, it is difficult ना, you have to type 40 pages. So I think it is good to do on a laptop or PC. No, that I will tell you later on, but whatever the things you have to do on a mobile phone, the same thing I will show here. Right? So whatever the window or downloads, जो भी आपको करना है वो as it is mobile phone पे same होगा. But later on I will show how to do it on a mobile phone. But as we are on a laptop itself, so I will show here only. So here the option is there for to download the Tech Studio. After downloading, you will have this somewhere in the C drive. You have to save it in save data and you have to run it. Okay. In the very similar way, you can download a basic mixtex. Here you can have this 64-bit or 32-bit. Getting mixtex का यूज क्या है? सिर्फ वो सपोर्टर की जैसे यूज होता है. नो डाउट यू हैव टू वर्क एवरीथिंग ऑन टेक स्टूडियो, बट बेसिक mixtex is for background. That means whatever the program you are going to run, it will be run with the help of this mixtex. You have to download the mixtex, whatever depending on your 64 or 32-bit configuration. And after downloading, you have to run it and you have to install. And now let us go for how to write a program, any program in our latex. Actually latex का ये सेकेंड वर्जन है. टेक स्टूडियो की जगह अगर आपको लेटेक्स डाउनलोड करना है तो वो भी कर सकते हो, बट एट दैट टाइम इट इज somewhat difficult to do in a latex, since यहाँ पे आपको जैसे दो विंडो दिख रहे हैं लेटेक्स के प्रोग्राम के लिए, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ लेटेक्स अगर आप लेटेक्स पे कोई काम कर रहे हो तो वहाँ पे आपको पहले पूरा प्रोग्राम रन करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद उसका पीडीएफ जनरेट होता है. साइमल्टेनियसली ये प्रोग्राम एंड पीडीएफ इज अवेलेबल इन टेक स्टूडियो. Okay, so in the case of latex, instead of downloading Tech Studio, you can latex where only you can see this window, and after running the program you have to go to PDF and you have to check. But here you can have simultaneously whatever the changes you are going to do here, it will appear directly here in the form of a PDF. Okay, so I think this is easy, because whenever you are going to type a program, there are so many complications are there. Sometime error is there. So if you are going to do any changes, you have to run it and you have to close it, and then you have to go back to PDF and you have to check whether whatever the changes you have done, whether it has been done or it is still pending. But here you can check directly, right?
Ma'am,
Oh.
Ma'am, our HOD ma'am has also got a PhD degree, so she can't be a guide to you.
Actually, what is a criteria to be a guide is after completion of a PhD or after award of PhD. जब award होती है आपको PhD convocation में, उसके 3 साल के बाद आपको गाइडशिप मिलता है. That means still ma'am has to wait for 3 years to get a guideship. After 3 years, if ma'am is going to apply that she want a guideship, and then after it will start a procedure, and at least 1 year or near about 8 to 9 months required. So you can calculate it near about 1 year. So totally, after getting a doctorate or after completion of a PhD, we require 4 years to be a guide. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
But there is one thing that under the special consideration, it can be allocated under the acts of VC. मतलब अगर VC उनके अगर कुछ स्पेशल परमिशंस के थ्रू अगर उनको कुछ अलोकेट करते हैं तो हो सकता है, क्योंकि ठेंगे मैम के जो गाइड है रेड्डी सर, उनका गाइडशिप होते ही उनका पीएचडी होते ही उनको गाइडशिप मिल गया था. वहाँ के जो वीसी थे उनके वाइस चांसलर उस टाइम के, वो मैथमेटिक्स के ही थे, इसलिए उन्होंने अगर एक्चुअली उनके यहाँ पे भी कोई गाइड नहीं था उस वक्त मैथ्स के लिए, सो उन्होंने डायरेक्टली रेड्डी सर को आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ अ पीएचडी ही हैज अलॉटेड हिम एज अ गाइड. एंड लास्ट टाइम जो यूजीसी ने एलोकेट किया था उसके हिसाब से ना एक असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर को 8 स्टूडेंट मिल सकते थे. अंडर हिज गाइडेंस 8 स्टूडेंट कैन डू अ पीएचडी एट अ टाइम, and out of all those 8 students, if one student completed a PhD, then again one student he or she can take under his guidance, right? But now the rules has been changed. Under one assistant professor, only 4 students can work for PhD.
Ma'am, how many are there in Sinhagad then?
एक्चुअली अभी तो सिर्फ 2 को ही लिया है. एक एक टीचर के अंदर 2 लिया है, मतलब एक गाइड के अंदर 2 को लिया है. अभी जो पेट 8 होगा, पेट 7 के अंदर हमारा हो गया ना, पेट 7 के अंदर हम लोगों का एडमिशन हो गया, इंक्लूडिंग मी, रेशमकर सर ऑफ दयानंद कॉलेज, and Dayanand Vevare, who is my senior, who has studied here only. He is having a JRF. And one more madam is there. She was a classmate of Kenge ma'am. Her name is Sandhya Palmore. She is also working in the Sinhagad College. She has also qualified the SET exam at that time, in the year near about 2008 or 7. So currently we are 4 students under Solapur University, and each guide has 2 students. The next 2 students will be allotted in the second round, that is PET 8. PET 7 means PhD का जो procedure होता है उसमें. Actually this procedure is very time consuming. Since we have applied और जब form निकले थे PET 7 के, it was April 2019, and in 21 we have got admission letter. Rather, still we haven't got admission letter since we have been allotted. Okay, and we have paid a fees, and then after paying a fees we will get a final admission letter. अभी तक final admission letter नहीं आया. अगर April 21 आता है तो सिर्फ आपको पेट की प्रोसेस में से जाके एलोकेट होने तक की 2 साल लगते हैं. और पीएचडी अगर आप एक बार रजिस्टर करते हो तो उसके बाद एटलीस्ट 3 year यू हैव टू वर्क. 3 साल के पहले आप थेसिस सबमिशन नहीं कर सकते हो. और एटलीस्ट 1 पेपर शुड बी देयर इन इंटरनेशनल जर्नल एंड 1 कॉन्फ्रेंस इन इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस एक अटेंड करना पड़ता है, और एक इंटरनेशनल जर्नल में एक पेपर चाहिए. You will come to know when you come to the research area. Scopus index, elsewhere papers होते हैं. So वहाँ पे हमारा पेपर होना चाहिए, तभी एक्सेप्ट करता है यूनिवर्सिटी. उसमें भी प्लेगरिज्म होता है कि अगर आपके पेपर में और किसी और के पेपर में सपोज ये 3 वर्ड्स मैच हो गए, okay, so it shows plagiarism. So near about 20% plagiarism is allowed, and in every university it is some different criteria sets. Somewhere it is 10%, 16%. क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत तो सेम होता है, अगर आपका गाइड सेम है तो ऑब्वियसली यू विल हैव सम पॉइंट्स विल बी सेम, क्योंकि गाइड का जो रिसर्च एरिया होता है हमें तो उसमें ही वर्क करना पड़ता है. एनीवन एल्स हैविंग सम क्वेश्चंस? Okay, try to do this because this latex or text studio is good for you if you want to do a project or if you want to type anything. अगर आप एक बार
And
हाँ,
what about students having not who do not have computer? What about them?
that's why I told you, no, when I will come to know how to operate it on a mobile phone, at that time I will tell you, or rather I will share the screen on mobile. यहाँ पे अभी मैं लैपटॉप पे सिखा रही हूँ ना, at that time when I come to know how to operate it on a mobile phone, then I will operate it on mobile phone. I will create a link on Google, link from mobile itself, and then I will show there only. कुछ तो होगा ना, ऐप होगा या फिर कुछ डिफरेंट ऐप होगा उसका, से टेक्स्ट स्टूडियो के जैसे, जैसे इसका सिंबल है वैसे ही कुछ होगा. मुझे भी उतना कुछ पता नहीं है क्योंकि हम लोग अभी फर्स्ट ईयर का प्रैक्टिकल ले रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त हमको किसी ने बोला कि वो मोबाइल पे भी रन होता है, बट स्टिल आई डोंट नो हाउ टू रन. आई विल learn myself and then I will teach for you people.
Okay, ma'am.
कितने लोगों के पास पीसी है अभी? कैन एनीवन टेल मी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव पीसी? पीसी, लैपटॉप, एनीथिंग एल्स? महिमा जगले, किरण पांडरे, 2 लैपटॉप और पीसी. प्रीति शिंदे is also there. You can take it from your relatives also ना, कभी relatives में अगर किसी का हो, for a project work you can take it. No doubt we will see how to work it on a mobile phone. It will be good for first year student also because they have a syllabus itself. That means, and now they are not having the assignment writing and all. Simply they have to run the program and they have to show that this program, whatever we have been provided, is done. Okay. Anything else? Having a doubt related to teaching, syllabus, project? We'll give you the project topic actually. Maybe today I will discuss and up to tomorrow we'll give you the project topic. But up to this, you can also search.
मैम सेमिनार्स बंद हो गए क्या?
Actually, we have taken one decision for seminar in India. We'll tell you later on. Firstly, we have to complete the seminar of first year since only 10 students are remaining this Saturday. And from then, next Saturday onwards, we'll tell you what we have to do for the seminar.
Okay, ma'am.
आता सेमिनार म्हणतायत तुम्ही सगळे. किरण पांढरे पण तेच मेसेज केलं चॅटबॉक्समध्ये. जेव्हा तुमचे सेमिनार घेतले होते तेव्हा तुम्ही काय रिस्पॉन्स दिला नाहीत ना.
मैम लास्ट है ना अभी.
For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Sometime I was having so bad experience that when I asked a question to your classmate, some of your student, I don't know exactly the name, I asked her 3 times the same question. She was saying that she can't able to hear that, and finally she left out for the seminar. These type of things happens many time, and that's why we have taken a decision for your seminar. No doubt we'll take your seminar but in some different way. that we'll communicate after completion of all the seminars of first year. Maybe this Saturday we'll complete the seminar of first year, and then we'll tell you what is a decision for your seminars. Okay. Okay, now we can leave the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.